Yeah. What's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor from Rick Taylor Entertainment, back with another episode of the Rap Draft, man. I'm here with a special guest today, man. I'm here with my boy Xavier, Ruben, Mercado. What's going on with you, man?
Well, how you doing, man? It's an honor to be on here, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Thank you for coming on here, man. My boy, Xavier, he has his own podcast as well called Spearhead Conversations. Y'all probably seen me on there, or y'all probably seen somebody that you know on there. Real dope content, real dope interviews. Good dude, man. First and foremost, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Don't say it less. I'm a fan of the work you doing too, man. This type of movement, spotlighting the locals, just people who, you know what I mean, don't get the platform to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Your quality is amazing. And just I'm a fan of your work. Obviously, we did our interview, when it comes down to it, we love Milwaukee, and I'm just humbled to be here today. So
yeah,
definitely,
you know what I'm saying. So my boy, I did a episode on this podcast, so I want to run it back and ask him some questions. You know what I'm saying, some of the same questions, or some different ones, but just for the people who probably just might be their first time seeing you, like, let the people know who you are and what do you do. What all do you do?
Well, my name is Xavier Mercado, and man, I'm a content creator out of. I was born in the South Bronx, but 6 months I moved to Milwaukee and been here ever since. This is home. Mm-hmm. I grew up for the most part of my life. It was kind of a fast lane. I'm 35 right now. At the age of 32, I kind of slowed it down and took a different approach to life. I stopped drinking, stopped smoking, kind of on this whole journey of sobriety. And with that, you break habits, you make new habits. And with those type of habits I built, reading financial literacy books, self-help, the idea came for a platform that would highlight our city and combat the stereotypes that come with Milwaukee, because regardless of what they say, Milwaukee is a special gem. I've been to enough states to understand that we're different.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's very powerful. So with that, I've just been on this journey, just interviewing people, the go-getters, the movers, the shakers, and with that, I've been able to network with some amazing people. But yeah, man,
bro, you've been doing a good job, bro. You really been, staying consistent, been busting your butt, hustling, getting those interviews out there, and you got a lot of like bigger names as well and stuff like that too. We're gonna talk about that. You being from the Bronx and stuff like that, and you moved here, like, do you ever go back to the Bronx? Do you have family in the Bronx?
Oh, for sure. So my dad's whole side, my mom's whole side, they all in New York. I just got a couple cousins out here. Other than that, yeah, no, man, when I was in school, I think that was the most frequent that I went. My dad worked for Amtrak, so I was able to travel back and forth for free.
Oh, that's dope.
And man, I was there quite often. I tried moving there after high school. That was a short stint. You know what I mean? It's for some people. It isn't for some. Right. It's a very fast paced, fast lane. For me, I just I became homesick, bro. It was just as simple as that, and kind of moved back. But New York, is definitely embedded into my DNA. My family's still there. I don't go as often as I used to, because I used to go every break. Every break we get from school, I was in New York. You know what I mean? No wasting no time. Summertime, water hydrant opening up, quarter maltas, and hey, man.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope to have that experience, you know what I'm saying, from your childhood, and being a part of, upbringing, making sure you're going back to your hometown and stuff like that, and just seeing family. That's a whole another culture shock out there. Yeah. Let me ask you, man, like, what was your childhood like growing up in Milwaukee and stuff like that?
Well, I grew up basically through the South Side, you know what I mean, until 98. And during that time, it was just, we were kids. I mean, we didn't have it all, but my mom did the best she could, and with that, we didn't have that much, but we had everything, if that makes sense.
Right, that makes a lot of sense.
So with that, and then in 98, we moved to South Milwaukee, which is a suburb between Cudahy and Oak Creek. And from that remainder, I grew up there, and it's a small town. So with that, it's just like everyone knows each other. And there I was able, man, I was the only Xavier in my school until my junior year. Yeah, and then so I was able to make a name for myself. I've always been an outgoing person, but childhood was athletics, basketball, baseball, you name it, music.
All a part of it.
Yeah, man. I was just an energetic kid with ADHD. Holla at your boy.
But hey, you had a lot of things to put in your belt, man. And I was gonna ask you about that as well. Like, you know, some music, because you used to be an artist yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, take us down that journey of what made you want to be an artist, and like, what was it like being an artist for you?
Well, you know, like it's something, man. This started in the 5th grade. My teacher, Mr. Costello, I've had him on my platform too, but he did a little. I won't call it a semester, but like a little section of the year were devoted to poetry. And through that, just the love for putting words together. You know what I mean? And 5th grade, I started writing down rhymes, and you know what I mean? It started off with poetry, and it's just ever since, I'm a type of person who loves people like Nas, J. Cole, you know, Kendrick, you know, all these conscious type of artists. And with that, I really pay attention to lyricism, and I just have an appreciation for like melody and the build up. So, you know, I went through several aliases. It was Virtue. It was, I made a group at one point. It was called Vicious Circle.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, man. And then, you know, I also sing country. So
really,
yeah.
That's
so
dope.
when people say you don't sing country, I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it doesn't look like it, but I do. I've done shows for it. But I eventually turned into the name Hybrid. So yeah.
That's a dope, man. You had a lot better names than I did. Like I said, I was an artist. I had flashy names: Ricky Rich, Mercado. I was just trying to. I was on a flashy type of tip, but I was trying to keep it with the art as well, like, you know, Picasso paint pictures, just what I'm talking about. And it's crazy because, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I think that's so dope as an artist to tap in. Like, you can tap into different like genres and stuff. Like you said, you did country. I think that's really dope. And by the fact that you did poetry, man, I was like, I know you was deep in that lyrical bag.
Yeah, man.
And I said that to anybody who ever started off with poetry. You definitely was in that bag, you know, trying to be a lyrical artist. So I already know what that transition to hip hop was like and stuff like that. Let me ask you: do you still do hip hop or music, or if you stop?
I still write. Okay. I still write. I don't. The years that I was able to do and I really pay a lot of homage to New York, because going back so frequent and being within their culture and the East Coast, it's. Man, they just got their own vibrant style in the way they do things. But I had my run, I think it was 2016, right around the time of Seville Smith. I dropped this track called Ride With. I still have it on SoundCloud. I mean, but that really got me going, and I was dropping tracks every week, you know. Yeah, man, I really love music. I love content. Just the diversity and the type of stuff you can do with it. It's very powerful.
Right. Now, let me ask you, like, what made you, like, instead of wanting to be an artist anymore, like, what made you stop doing music and get heavy into the podcasting?
So podcasting didn't even come down. Like, man. Okay, so I stopped drinking at 32. I stopped doing it. It started off, I'm going to start for a month, and then from there. And as I went further, it was just like, cool. But I focused the whole year on reading books, on self-help, financial literacy. And through that, I always used to wake up with, and I still do from time to time, not as much, but motivational videos. Yeah. So a lot of Jordan Peterson, Andy Frisella, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a big one. And one morning I was watching one of my motivational videos from Joe Rogan, and I stopped and I looked and literally I was like, I can do this. Yeah. I can do what he's doing. But I did music in my early 20s, and you know, through that whole thing, it was just I was partying hard. Put it like that. I was partying hard. But when it got to the podcasting, I knew I could do it. I put my head to it, and I had all the power to keep my focus on it and really invest and just want to be, grow this from a little vision to, what it's become.
Right. Now, let me ask you, as being a podcaster and stuff like that, how long did it take you to get to where you at right now? Like, and that's quality wise and just like content wise.
Okay, got you. I feel God, when you're on your path, things come together, and God is a very a strong character in that right. sense of what happens. And I'm on my path, and things just have fallen together. Through every, block I've had in my road, another door has opened. Mm-hmm. So don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to take away from the journey I've been on. Like, it hasn't been hard to get to the quality that I've had, but I've always held myself to a standard that no matter what, I'm going to push forth, whether it's seeing a different mic in my video or seeing a boom arm from a table stand to a boom arm, just trying to let the viewer or the listener see the type of growth. Yeah. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's just been, I've been blessed, and I've literally, I don't take it for granted.
Right. And I know that a lot of people can get discouraged from that. Like, cause like when I was talking to you and we did your interview, I was saying that, I almost got discouraged to like, oh, I don't have all these cameras like everybody else do that I'll be watching and stuff like that. But from somebody out here, like, I want to say that you can't, just get discouraged by that. Just start where you at. Mm-hmm. And like he just said, like, along the journey is going to come. Everything is going to line itself up, and doors are going to open when you think they're not even opening. Everything will come. Like, just start, everything will come. So
the best thing I could tell anybody is just be consistent.
There you go.
Be consistent. It don't matter how little it is. It's a snowball. Your snowball rolling down a hill. It starts off little and it just builds and it builds. And as long as you're consistent and you're, you know what I mean, you're really pushing. Don't care what the naysayers say, because it's on you. It's on you to carry what you want.
That's facts. Now, why did you choose the name of Spearhead Conversations?
So man. Really, I just threw that name, man. Like I said in the beginning, Milwaukee has come with a lot of stereotypes, and they try to talk about our city in just an ill manner, and I'm sick of it. Mm-hmm. And with the Spearhead, that's the tip of an arrow. So when you ultimately throw a spearhead, it pierces surfaces. So what I'm trying to do is pierce stereotypes to where it breaks through that surface, and you could really see who we are through the people that make our city. So
that's nice. And I definitely want to say that you're doing a good job, a great job at that.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I want to say continue to do that, man. I never knew that. I think that's dope. Now, how do you choose your guests and stuff like that?
Well, in the beginning, it was going through. It was just literally just going to someone's DM and being like, "Hey, do you want to come on?" Now it's definitely turned on to. I have a website, spearheadmke.com, and through there you can submit you want, and I usually go through those, and then I still reach out, I've reached out with you, but I also have just the lineup of people who've submitted, and it's kind of going through a mix of both. So,
right.
Yeah, but the way I focus in is, you know what I mean? I really want to put people that are really pushing the city to be greater than what we are, because we're a great city, but with the talent we have coming through here, it can be way greater. One of the reasons why I asked you to come on, I admire what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're giving people a voice, you're giving people a platform, and you are ultimately putting this city on your back.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's with that. That's how I pick my guests. I really want the leaders and the ones that I know I see. And, a lot of people come into my DM like, oh, I really want to be on your show. And then I pay attention for a little while, see, you know what I mean? You can put a big front in front of me, but you can't fool somebody who knows the game. You know what I mean? So, and usually those people don't last because they'll put out content for me to see, and then all of a sudden it'll stop.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but with that, yeah.
Got to keep going. I also even seen like, you've reached out to like celebrities and stuff like that, and you had a few celebrities on your show. Like, how did you get those people on there?
Well, man, the first big celebrity I had on was Noel G, which he's Hector from Fast and the Furious. I was setting up another interview with someone that was on our platform, and she literally, while we were talking, literally was like, I think he should be on your platform. And at first I thought it was a joke, because when she sent the picture over, I'm like, yeah, you kidding, right?
Right.
And next thing you know, it was the real deal.
So did she put that together, or did you you contacted her?
She connected the dots. We got it down. And literally we were able to work some type of deal. And you know what I mean? You want to go forth, you're going to do what you have to do to get forth. And that's kind of how we got that interview to go. And through that, doors definitely opened. And, I was able to get Shane Mosley Jr.
Yeah, that's dope as well.
And that was a big one. And through that, I noticed that he was liking the content I was putting up after he started following, because he follows Noel. And it kind of, I reached out and I said, hey, you want to come on the thing? I'd love to hear your story.
Right.
And it's great because like with all these interviews, not only do I interview them, but I become friends with these people. And
that's dope.
And they're real people. And I guess the way I do my platform is it's kind of like how we're doing right now. You know what I mean? I want to get to know you. I want to just grow this type of relationship where, you know what I mean? I want to highlight what you're doing, and with that, it's just the network and then the friendships I've created. It's definitely grown into something.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I got to tip my hat off to you, bro, because you're consistent in what you do, and you're really doing your thing. Let me ask you, what are your goals when it comes to like you doing podcasts and stuff like that?
I ultimately just want my city to be recognized and respected. Milwaukee, we are a heavyweight. They classify us as being small, but we're not. Man, look at when the Bucks went to the finals. Look how we filled up that Deer District. Beautiful. You know what I mean? That made me so proud to be from Milwaukee at that moment, time in history. There's so much more to us. I know there's stuff going within the inner city and all this, but we gotta understand, man. We are a movement. Look at JP, what he just did right now. He Rock Nation distributed. You know what I mean? That type of deal, like it's really on people like us to really push this city forward. People on these artists, Big Frank, JP. You got all these people, like y'all are doing something major.
Very major.
And we need to put our foot down, and we need to push that. We're bigger than Miami. We bigger than New York. I don't like this mindset, coming from somebody who spent a lot of time on the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like, we have a name for ourselves. So it's kind of like we got to build on that, man. And I'm just trying to play my part.
Right. And that's all it is with me. I'm trying to play my part, man. I love my city, man. I think we are definitely a great city. We have talent. I think we're underrated. But I'm like, that's what I think that's what the thing I love about us, that fuels us.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you don't know us name. You act like you don't know us. We're gonna kick this door down. Mm-hmm. You're gonna make sure you know us. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody loves this city that much, to the point we all have that chip on our shoulder, to the point that we don't get the recognition. So we stay down and it dries and make us better.
Yeah.
So, that's what I definitely think, And you mentioned the NBA finals and when we won the championship.
Yeah.
What do you think that time did for the city?
It did everything it was supposed to do. It really set off to all our kids, our youth, that you put your mind to something, you can obtain it, and you can go forth. Giannis, his story alone, just the power behind it, and just his loyalty he's kept within the city for us, and just it was a place of unity. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I teared up when I saw that, and the reason why is because this city has gone through a lot. This city has gone through a lot, and through there, it was just like it gave that message out. We can do it. We can be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Who would have ever thought like the All-Star coming here? You know what I mean? We're a talk. You know what I mean? It might not happen next All-Star game or the game after, but we are in talks with bringing an All-Star weekend here. You know what I mean? Like, but we're starting to be noticed, and we're starting to. And I think that moment when we won that's what it did for us. It gave us a staple on the map.
It gave us so much hope too, man.
Yep.
It showed us like, oh yeah, we here. We here to stay. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Now, I want to ask you this probably like kind of a wrap up question. I see you mentioned sobriety and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is somebody out there that's going through that or is going through what you went through? What would be your advice to that person who's dealing with that problem or just dealing with it?
Yeah. I will say that no one can make that decision but you. And baby steps. If you have to tell yourself, get through the day, that's where you start. If you got to tell yourself, get through half of the day, that's where you start. But once you get to that marker, it's like climbing that mountain. You get to that point, stop, collect yourself, and start climbing again. Ever since I put down the bottle, stopped smoking, you know what I mean? Stuff that alters the mind. I've climbed, and I haven't stopped, and I haven't doubted, and I've been able to gain this type of clarity just to keep moving. And the things that have come through for me, there's no reason to set back. A lot of my potential was blocked by me partying so hard, me doing the things I was doing. You know, I'm married. I got a family of 4. You know what I mean? 4 kids, a wife. It's a full house, man. But now my kids are getting older, and they see me and they see what I'm doing, and this is all for them. You know what I mean? With these interviews, these are all blueprints for my children and my youth in my city.
Yeah.
For them to see that people like you, people like Zonk Rowland, people like, you know what I mean, Harry Glimberg, or all these people that, you know what I mean, they have their stories, and look what they did. Look what they did. You got Finna, my boy Seven. I could go, the list can go on. You get what I mean?
Facts.
But we're not, we are a city, and we're so much more. So it's just like, I'm just trying to play my part in this city. But
yeah. Me too, man. That was some dope advice, man, and everything. Man, I like your journey, bro. And I'm gonna wrap it up with this question. It's my last question for you is what's next for Xavier?
Man, I will tell you, consistency has led to doors being open, and the elevation that's coming with it. There's gonna be, you know, I don't want to give too much information out, but you're going to see big names, and you're also going to see different, under the Spearhead umbrella, you're going to see different type of shows through it.
That's dope.
So, and it's coming. Just to give an example of what under the umbrella means, we got them wireless mics ready to go.
Oh,
so it's we're gonna be on the go, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you cooking up, bro. Because like I said, I know that the type of person you is and your brand and just what you got going on is only up from here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I could tell by your energy and your drive, bro, like you're going to do a lot of good things, not only just in this city, but in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just want to, before we do wrap this up, I just want to say to you, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for bringing me on here. Thank you for what you're doing for this city. The names you have on your platform that have come, Promise, Sloan, like you got some hitters on here too, man. And for me, your inspiration. You're someone that drives me. And you know what I mean? I'm just grateful we've crossed paths. I'm grateful you did the interview. I'm grateful we're here in this moment. And it's just, this is our city, and we're trailing, you know what I mean? Trailblazers.
Most definitely, man. Like I said, you most definitely welcome, bro. Like, I thank you as well, bro. And I think people like us should stay together and keep doing what we're doing and pushing the city forward. That's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're an inspiration to me, just like how I might be an inspiration to you, or we inspiration to other people, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to say keep doing your thing, bro. And I commend you. I respect you. And my hat's taken off to you, bro.
I appreciate that, brother. Same here.
Yeah, you lay a blueprint that I follow, and I'm trying to get there. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and check out my boy Xavier and Spearhead Conversations. There's a lot of things coming. And artists or anybody who want to tap in, just make sure y'all let them know and hit them up. Let them know where they can find you at. I
got a website, so all you have to do is submit. It's at spearheadmke.com. Again, spearheadmke.com. And then our platforms, we got Instagram, Facebook. I tried Twitter. I'm trying to stay with it, but it's kind of like
weird over there.
But YouTube as well, and we're on every major platform: YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and we, you know what I mean. I'm here. This is a city I'm trying to just put on for us. So yeah, if you want to be a guest on, just go to the website, sign up, and me and my team will definitely do it. Before we do go, I want to make some shout outs. Shout out to my team: Stephen Van Plu, Nick Kosoniak, Omar Lozano. These guys, they're the reason why everything has moved the way they moved. I also want to say I love my family. To my wife, she's been my biggest blessing. She's the one who has had me. She's the one that has pushed me and allowed me to get to the level of success I've had with my platform. But and ultimately the people who do listen and view, thank you, and to you again. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. You already know, man. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in to Spearhead Conversations on YouTube. Dope content, dope interviews, and y'all make sure y'all continue to tap into Rick Taylor Entertainment and Rap Draft. And like that, man, we signing off. We gone. Love.
Love.